I'm Chanel Temple, and I'm here to speak tonight. I oppose SB 54. I was one of the expert witnesses that spoke in Sacramento, and a little bit of what I talked about. My husband was an immigrant. He came here, we met in college, we got married. I stood in line with him for him to start the legal and proper process. It took him over 10 years to get his citizenship. And that's what we're asking. We are not against immigrants. We are against illegal immigration. We feel that people should stand in line and wait their turn like everyone else. I also spoke about the security of this country. I come from a community, the Black community, which has been demolished by illegal immigration. SB 54 will turn California into a sanctuary state, and right now, sanctuary cities are racist. The unemployment in Black communities are 60%, not 14, not the national employment, at least 60%. I had a job, I was fired from my job, I was told that I did not speak Spanish in my country, and they fired me, and I lost my job. I ended up losing everything that I had during the moment. This is racist. You don't know, you will be opening a Pandora's box. It's unfair. Also, when it comes to the law, I'm opposed to having apartheid. That's exactly as what's happening, what's going on. There's a set of rules for American citizens, and there's a set of rules for illegal aliens. They're writing all these laws. It's got to stop. It's unfair. I have a nephew in jail, been in there 22 years for a crime he wasn't even at the scene of the crime. But by him knowing the people, he would try with the people. He's been in there 23 years. We're trying to still get him out. You come over here, you're illegal, we get 3 strikes. They are not getting no strikes. Like in the case of San Francisco with Katie Steinle, that illegal immigrant had 5, he had been deported, and he had like 5 or 7 felonies. What American citizens, Black, white, green, or purple, we do a crime, we get 3 strikes, we are in jail, and it's not fair. It's not. It's gotta stop. If not, we're gonna have apartheid over here. I lived through, as a child, civil rights. No one could have told me I would be going through this again, civil rights. I'm scared in my own country as a Black person to be out there. They're told when they get out of jail to kill or attack a Black person. This is not right. Also, the state of California, Southern California, has closed down civil rights offices. If you don't believe me, look them up. I went to one downtown, the office is closed. They had a sign that it had moved. I can't even report that we have no recourse. This is crazy. It has got to stop.
Chanel, thank you. Okay, up next, and I apologize for this, is it Navi? And I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the last name. Oh,
Hi, how you guys doing?
did I get your name right?
Yeah, now we're with Silopochli.
Okay.
I'm here to speak out against these people that are speaking out. They have ties to white supremacists, Nazis. We have Robin here. I have Robin on video, go to YouTube, and he's here with her Nazi friends. But basically, I'm here to speak as an indigenous person from this continent. I just want to read this statement. We are migrants, not immigrants, not illegals. This is our homeland. We have no homeland other than this continent. Europeans, immigrants, settlers, squatters, racist ones have no right to restrict our immigrations to any part of our homeland. European colonial powers have no right to define who we are or where we can legally migrate on our continent. We refuse to accept a real apartheid policy on our continent, like old South Africa or Palestine, Israel, where whites control our movements in our own collective lands on our continent. We want people with Native Americans.
This is the man who's the face of hatred, and I spotlighted 5 people who are of diverse descent.
People indigenous to these lands of this continent.
This man's a liar.
Colonial borders, Canada, U.S., Mexico, and Central America. and European languages, English and Spanish. We do not define who we are, Having some or little European blood from rape of centuries does not make us part of white or neglect our indigenous ancestry. Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, W.E.B. Du Bois all have European blood, but they're still African. African leaders not losing their African identity, African heritage. Europeans have stolen our continent, Mexico, Central America, and are controlled by the white colonial elite and all of our wealth. We will not let them steal our identity as indigenous Nicatlaka from or right to migrate on our continent. We do not recognize colonial borders that Europeans, colonial nations, immigrants, settlers, squatters have placed on our lands, on our continent. Their borders divide our people. They keep us from migrating on our whole of our continent. We, as indigenous people, have the human right to travel in every corner of this continent. The real illegal immigration began in 1492, when the criminal terrorist Columbus landed on our continent in 1492. He illegally crossed into our lands. And also want to say, they have their tokens here, like Harim. He pretends to be not Mexican, pretends to be Spanish, Jewish, and hates himself. And that's a good example of self-hate. And thank you very much for letting me speak. You guys have a good day.
Navi, thank you.
Boo!
Okay, again, folks, come on. Everybody has a right to their opinion. Next up, I'm going to call on Harim Vizel. Uziel.
How you doing, Mayor and council members? My name is Harim Uziel. I am a hardcore American patriot and a hardcore President Trump supporter. I am also American Latino, born and raised in California. My mother came here years back legally. She respected this country. She went through the process and became a citizen. And she taught, because of that, I believe that she had discipline and dignity to do the things right. The problem with these illegal immigrants is from the gate. They don't respect the country. They come here illegally, and they teach their kids to do the same thing, to disrespect our laws. I'm here to save California against illegal immigration, SB 54. As we know, SB 54 is going to help illegal immigrants to have representation, either representation or for the law enforcement not to work with the federal government, which is not right. We have to follow the law. We have to law and order. That's why my mom came and she did things wrong. I want to answer to this gentleman. He keeps on calling me Mexican, like in his YouTube videos. I'm not Mexican. I was not born in Mexico. I actually was born in California, and my mother respected the sovereignty of this country, and so do I. I used to be, as a matter of fact, confused. I used to think I was Mexican. I used to wave the Mexican flag, and I used to be all about the Raza and the brown pride. But then I realized I have no rights in Mexico. I am an American, and this is where I was born, and I am protected by the American laws, and that's why I want to continue fighting for this country. Also, people want to bring that argument about being indigenous. Nobody's 100% indigenous. I have indigenous blood, and I remember I told this gentleman I have Spanish Jewish blood, but I'm not Spanish because I don't have no rights in Mexico. I don't have no rights in Spain, and I was not born in Spain, but I do have heritage, Spanish and Jewish. But more than anything, I am an American. Illegal immigration or illegal aliens are nothing but criminals. They come into our country and without respecting our laws and without any dignity or ethics, they just come in and they settle in, and then they're arrogant. And not only that, they're arrogant, now they want to take over our country and our state. And that's not fair. And what's not fair is that us Americans, Latino Americans and Black Americans, have been thrown under the bus because there's been a double standard. Illegal immigrants have been getting more priority than us. That's why there is no schooling and funding in schools. That's why even in the county, if I don't have a job. If I go over there and try to ask for assistance, they'll only give me $230 for a month, plus $100 with the food stamps. Or if I want health care, I have to wait 45 days. An illegal immigrant that was not born here, that doesn't want to go through the process, has been 20 years here to have the chance to get right. They come, they get everything for free. The medical in 3 days.